I mean, if Monero and Bitcoin came out at the same time, I think that like 1,000,000% I would be fully on Monero, and I don't think Bitcoin would be around anymore.
What up, Vigilantes? I'm here with Connor Alexander of Freedom Gateway ATMs. How you doing, sir?
What's up? I'm doing good. Doing good.
Awesome. I'm really happy you're here because you are doing something very special, very unique. You are actually providing ATMs for Monero.
Yep.
Oh,
All of
shit.
our machines support Monero, so we've got a
Shit just got real.
yeah. So and very soon we're gonna roll out selling too, so people could buy and sell Monero for cash on our machines.
Monero. And where's your ATMs?
So our ATMs are mainly in the Northeast. Like right now, it's currently Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
So you're planning on expanding?
Yeah, so that's in the cards. Yeah, we're rolling that out. It's just a process of going to other states and then dealing with all the different regulatory stuff that each state does. But we're expanding quickly.
Right on. So are you a startup, man? In startup mode still?
Yeah, definitely in startup mode. I mean, we developed our own machine software and everything. Like we started by just buying like General Bytes machines, like other Bitcoin machines, and then rolling those out. And then we realized pretty quickly that like we wanted to make our own. And so with that, we've got all the software that has allowed us to like leverage it to expand faster in certain ways. So we'll be expanding very quickly here in the near future.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah.
And so do you guys usually post these up like in gas stations?
Yeah, mainly gas stations or like smoke shops, stuff like that. Malls too, those are good. But I mean, like Bitcoin ATMs are really popping up everywhere. Like there's tons of companies that are doing it. Like we're like unique in the sense that we actually have our own hardware and software.
Nice.
And so yeah.
Awesome. I love the fact that you're doing Monero. Why is it that other ATM operators don't do it Monero? What's going on?
I think honestly people are just afraid of it. Like there's this like weird stigma with Monero. Like people like sort of feel like they're
Monero's not for chickens. It's for people.
Yeah. So it's like, if you talk about Monero with like a lot of people, they sort of look at you like you're weird or you want to go buy Monero. Some people feel like dirty, like almost like they're going to like a porn shop or something.
What?
Like,
really?
I mean, like I don't know, a lot of people just feel like weird about it. Like
That's so weird. They're weird about using sound money.
That's right.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's crazy.
gosh.
But
That's wild.
seriously, like most people even watching this video, they'll probably think, "Oh, geez, Monero, that's for drug dealers or something."
No,
Meanwhile,
Monero's nothing more than what Bitcoin promises to be.
exactly.
Really. And that's the same arguments that they used to use for Bitcoin back in the day.
Right.
So it's like, are we playing this game again?
I mean, if Monero and Bitcoin came out at the same time, I think that like 1,000,000% I would be fully on Monero, and I don't think Bitcoin would be around anymore.
No, 100%. Hey,
Yeah.
shake on that, my
Yeah.
friend. I agree with you, Connor Alexander. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. It's wild. I can't believe how much bullshit propaganda there's out there, especially from Bitcoiners. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's this weird stigma that's been it actually hurts the whole community because when that causes then exchanges to feel weird about it because they don't want to list it. And basically like the only like big exchange that I know that supports Monero right now is Kraken.
Right on.
And so that's Jesse Powell, because he's a cool
Because
guy.
he's got balls.
You're right, exactly. But
Yeah, and he's smart. See, it's intelligence and balls that wins the race, right?
right.
So, okay, so for you, in this endeavor of having a company for providing liquidity in the market, what's been the experience with banking and for you and all that? Has it been easy, hard? What's going on?
Oh, I mean, like, the banks are terrible. Like they hate crypto, I mean, it's definitely not easy. That's one of the biggest things that they actually go after is the banks because I think in 2013, Obama passed this thing called Operation Choke Point, which basically like caused all the banks.
That sounds like something he would pass.
Yeah, all the banks to basically restrict on cash. So
He's not about freedom or breathing. He's more about choking people.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy with that, and then you add in crypto, and they think it's so risky that only a couple banks in the country basically are okay with it. But there are more coming out now. Like as crypto evolves, people are more familiar with it. So it's definitely coming. But I'd say that the big thing is that what we're looking to do is is be independent from the banking system entirely, ideally, and that would be with enabling selling on all of our machines. So all of our new machines, we're rolling out selling, and so that's going to allow us to basically decrease our dependency on the banks going forward.
So how do you plan to achieve that?
So basically, like all we have to we're working on the software right now, but all of our machines that we make ourselves have the capabilities to dispense money already there. We're just not using it, and so pretty soon we're gonna have the machines spit out money. So if you have Monero or Bitcoin or whatever coin you have, you can go to a machine and then just scan a QR code and sell it and get money right there.
Okay, and so how is the whole licensing process for starting an ATM company?
So in terms of
money transmitters and all that licensing,
yeah. So I mean, like the big one is you have to register with FinCEN. So that's the major one. That's federal, and then it goes state by state. So, and obviously you have to have a compliance policy and all of that stuff. It's actually quite intense, like in terms of like the actual requirements you have to do. But it's as long as you're in a nice state that doesn't really constrict you too much, it's pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
So for anyone out there seeking to do something like what you've been doing, what would you recommend?
I mean, if they want to start it, I would say that the first thing they need to do is look at all the legal requirements that they have to do, and then obviously they have to make a compliance policy, and it's honestly it's basically you're basically running a bank more or less, in terms of the stuff you have to deal with. So it's not for everybody, that's for sure. It's honestly not for most people, but definitely you have to register with FinCEN and then write all these, basically just talk to a lawyer.
Running the Freedom Gateway ATMs, do you find yourself lacking liquidity in crypto?
Sometimes we run out of crypto because people buy too much of it.
Okay, and then what do you do? I mean you do have a bank, you're within exchanges, you can do that.
Right,
you can just get more crypto.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
a lot of times it's just as simple as just sending more from the exchange.
Okay, right on.
So yeah, but it's definitely something to manage, for sure. But yeah, with the addition of Monero and selling, it's going to make it a lot easier, I think, because we'll be getting more crypto in and getting cash out through selling. So that'll be great.
Getting more crypto in by
letting people give it to us.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on. So right now you're not two-way, is what you're telling me.
Right now, yeah.
Right now you can only just buy crypto.
You got it.
Okay, and your hope is to make it a two-way process.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, right on. Have you ever thought about going international with this? Because there's a huge ass market.
Yeah.
Especially in remittances in Mexico, Latin America.
Oh yeah, it's big. The biggest issue I think with going international is just the number one. Obviously, you have to deal with those regulations, but in my opinion, the biggest thing, especially in Latin America, is keeping those machines safe. Maybe I'm naive, but in my head, I feel like, if you go down to Mexico, you basically have to pay off the cartels not to steal them.
Well, I mean, cartels are police.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they're militias. Yeah. And so you would have to form a relationship. I would be more worried of the cops.
Yeah.
To be honest, in Mexico, I mean, no, it's okay. So people how they're doing it in Latin America, I'll let you know. They're finding partnerships with places that have high security 24/7 with secure parking lots. And I'm just giving this away for free so everybody knows how this works in Latin America. An example would be a 24-hour clinic.
Yeah.
Okay. That has a secure parking lot with cameras. So people go into the clinic, gates open, there are guards, gate closes, they go inside, and nobody knows that person went in there for the doctor or for the ATM. It's 24 hours.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in Latin America, what they're realizing is, for security purposes, these types of establishments serve the community best because they provide that security, not just in the place, but in the within the parking situation as well.
Right.
And so you have gated parking that closes the door behind you, armed guards. It's a clinic that's 24 hours, kind of like an emergency room, but it's a clinic. And you have the ATM inside. I know people have been very successful with that model, actually.
Yeah.
And so there you go. Just an option for you right there, my
That's
friend.
definitely a good option. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for you to do that in Latin America with Monero. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
So definitely look into that.
Yeah. So yeah, Latin America is a huge market, and so yeah, I wish you the best of luck with that. And so, any states that you have in mind to expanding to next?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at Florida right now. We're in Miami. Miami's a lot of fun, you know, and we're gonna work on getting Florida in there. Florida's
Nice.
kind of screwed up because they just passed this new thing that basically requires more or less a Florida bit license. And
What?
yeah, so
No way.
yeah, for money transmission. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Probably take a couple months to get it, but we're looking at that, and then other states, you know, as well. So, but Florida will be our big one that we're getting farther away from.
So so you think Florida is becoming like New York then?
Well, no, I'm saying just in terms of like the money transmission stuff. Like everything else is like cool about Florida, but like for some reason they passed this thing. I think it was probably because there's all these other companies out there, like I know, you know, BitStop or whatever, like there's other Bitcoin ATM companies down here, and the ones that are already established, it actually helps them out to make it harder for new companies to come in.
Right on.
So they start these regulatory moats, and then they start paying politicians to basically regulate stuff, and it's working against the whole industry.
That's right. See, guys, monopolies come from government favoritism,
Yeah.
and they don't just grow spontaneously in the free market. If anything, the free market prevents us from having someone cornering the market because we can always outcompete each other with having innovation, right?
Right. The issue is that you have like this, like basically this entity that's just set up, you know, and you can just pay them off to like basically, you know, regulate or like do whatever you want. Like if you can just go to like the government's basically this like shop that you can walk in and say, yeah, I'm going to pay you all this money and I want you to go and make sure that nobody else can do this, or make it really hard for someone to do that. And if you pay them enough, then it's like you basically get a monopoly just by, I mean, like that's their whole business.
It's like we were talking about the cartels,
Yeah.
right? It's the same thing. You're just paying them off
Yeah.
for favoritism.
Exactly.
You just call it a license,
Right.
but in reality, it's an extortion on your competition.
Right.
That's all it is. You're paying the mob in charge to extort your competition through licensing. That's it. That's all it is. That's all
I
it is.
mean, you know, it's licenses are screwed up because it's like, yeah, basically they make it illegal, you know, and then they just hand out licenses. Like anything that, you know, requires a license is just
it's bullshit.
yeah. I mean, it's really
Sure
screwed
is.
up. So
Well, thank you for being with us. I really appreciate this conversation.
yeah.
What would you say to anyone out there? Because I mean, you're a young guy that wants to get into crypto as an entrepreneur. What would be your advice to them?
I would say buy Monero, number one.
Oh shit!
then-
Here, I'm gonna put these back on.
And then you know, I think that it's really just get into it, start using it, you know, have it, and then don't really worry about making money with it. Just worry about actually learning how to use it, and then, you know, getting into the community.
Step number 1, just buy Monero.
Yeah.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, what's step number 2?
Step number 2,
Wait for Monero
Yeah.
to be appreciated by the market as it should. So you
Yeah.
have a war chest. Okay.
I say, yeah, just figure out how to make it so that people can actually, you know, use crypto better. That's the biggest thing. We need people to actually make it easy to use Monero, or like use, you know, other cryptos, and then get it out there so we can actually start spending it. Because if we let FedCoin get out there first, then that's gonna they're
You mean BTC?
yeah, basically. Then they're gonna control the whole market. So if people just start using you know, crypto in their daily life, like, you know, spending at a grocery store, like then the federal government can't really come in and replace it with their social credit score coin, you know.
And one last question. So you're pretty much, how long you been in business with Gateway to Freedom?
It's
Freedom Gateway.
yeah,
pardon me.
since 2019.
2019. Okay, so you source capital as a startup?
Honestly, like borrowed some money to start, and like, you know, I had some money from working, you know.
Okay.
So
would you be looking to source capital to expand?
we're definitely looking for capital to expand.
Okay,
yeah.
then maybe okay. So Crypto Vigilante community. If you want to get in with an awesome entrepreneur, this would be a great place for you to find like-minded people that can help you and would not like tie your hands
Right.
with their bullshit, but people that are aligned. Because, you know, when you source capital, you don't just want money.
Right.
You want intellectual capital
Yeah.
and social capital. And I think the Crypto Vigilante community is a place where you can maybe find like-minded investors that might want to help you with what you're doing.
No.
So, hey guys, where can they find you? Where can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can find me. We're on Twitter. I think it's at Freedom Gateway 1, and then we're also you can go to Freedom Gateway. You just search Freedom Gateway, and we're the top thing on Google. So
Cool.
so yeah.
When do you think you'll start sourcing capital to expand?
Oh, we're already looking at options, but we've never. We're just looking to expand right now, basically.
I get the pitch right in,
Yeah.
bro.
All right. Yeah.
The nice financial comp.
Yeah.
And get this going. We need to expand you, brother.
Okay.
You're doing a great job, Connor
Thanks.
Alexander. Thank you for what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Seriously,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
You're more than welcome.